Guys, a special episode. See, I already have to start over right there. It is 9 a.m. on a Tuesday, y'all, and we have a very special episode for y'all today because we're speaking with two of my favorite people at Porch. We have Lisa Lack and Chris Daughtry. I mean, Matt Wheeler. But now, honestly, guys, these are two wonderful people because you've heard Matt Brading, the co-host, and I talk about Porch and ISN previously, and all of the awesome services that they have to offer. And it's no secret that Porch puts on this show. But what you guys don't get to see is the people behind the scenes. And so today we are highlighting Porch's customer success team that helps inspectors everywhere to elevate their business and their experience with all of Porch's products. So, Lisa, Matt, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Thank you
Good
so
to be
much.
here.
And I want to really emphasize kind of the human element here because a lot of people, when they think customer success, they hear customer support. We don't just have customer support, we have customer success because if customers are not successful, then are we really supporting them, right? But I want them to get to know you guys because I love that at Porch, we place a huge value on the human element. We're not just a chat bubble or anything like that. We have people behind the scenes that are helping real people in the field. So, Lisa, let's start ladies first. Tell them a little bit about yourself and your background because you have quite an extensive background with working with inspection software and services.
Yeah, awesome. So I am from Cincinnati, Ohio. I've lived here my whole life. I love, we're big hometown, proud people. We root for the Cincinnati Reds, the Bengals, as bad as they can be. We still root for them. So we love our sports. And I started with Palmtech inspection software 20 some years ago, 2004, I started with Palmtech. Been around for quite some time. I've worked with ISN quite a bit over the years, even before, we kind of joined forces, did a lot of the integrating Palmtech with ISN and getting to know that product as well. So been around for a long time. I love working with home inspectors. I love what I do. And yeah, I don't know, Brad, anything else that you want to know, but
I mean, is your favorite player for the Reds the same as mine, Ken Griffey Jr.? I mean, that was a long time ago. I'm dating
yeah.
myself here, but man,
He's a
he was the best
classic
ever.
for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, now everybody is like into Ellie, of course,
Yeah,
seeing what he
absolutely.
does. He he's hot and cold with me. If he botches my bets, then I'm not a fan of his. It's happened more than once.
I get that. I definitely get that. Now, see, if there was going to be a drink of the day, I would say that it would be sponsored by German beer because Cincinnati has the biggest Oktoberfest outside of Munich, if I understand correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep. And it's an
Cincinnati.
honor if you're in that Oktoberfest to be the person who leads the chicken dance. That's a huge honor.
Have you done it?
No, I have not.
Oh, dang it. Okay. See, I figured you would. I figured you would have. But now, awesome city. I'll actually be up there later on this week. So yeah, absolutely love it. And Matt, honestly, we've got to hang out at several conferences. You are one of the staples at ISN. People that have been using it for a long time know you so well. You've helped so many people get started with their businesses, get off the ground, get integrated. You've been doing this game for a long time, man. So tell everybody about you. I'd love for them to know you the way that I know you.
Yeah, appreciate it. So I've been with ISN for 10 years now. Got brought on in 2016. And usually when I say that, I have everyone in the room beat. Lisa, after your introduction, I'm the least tenured one here. Yeah, it's been an awesome ride for me for 10 years and still loving what I'm doing. Just like Lisa said, prior to this role, I was doing other software support and thought it would just be more of the same. And it hasn't been. This experience here with ISN and with Porch has been fantastic. They've allowed me to grow, and working with inspectors is really kind of something that has always been close to me. I actually had the opportunity of purchasing a house when I was 20 years old, and so I've always felt close to the experience, and so to now be able to help those inspectors that are also close to that whole environment has been fantastic for me.
No, I love it, man. You helped me to get off the ground with ISN as well when I was setting up my own LLC and just seeing how simple it is to set everything up. The process of doing that and knowing that I didn't have to just do it myself, was amazing. So what does your work week look like? What's your role with home inspectors? Let's tell everybody a little bit about that. Like what tasks do you do, and what is your process in which you go about supporting inspectors in the field?
Yeah, we have such a great team, that is responsible for making sure that everyone is successful. But my role specifically, so my title is senior platform specialist, and it's just basically knowing the things and being around long enough that many people wouldn't know that need to be addressed. If something's broken in the software, I'm often one of the few around that, oh, I remember we had that issue 7 years ago. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And just knowing all the little things that may not be obvious to everyone. That's where I'm well utilized here, I would say, in the software and in the business. But my role day to day, as far as just what do I need to get done, a lot of back end stuff nowadays. So data loads, data preparation, as we have an inspector maybe joining our softwares that came from other softwares. We need to. They don't want to start over. They can't start fresh. They have a book of business. They have history, all that. So we need to figure out how do we get that into ISN or any of the Porch products. Helping with that stuff, helping our team, our support team grow and try to help them get the knowledge that I've been able to obtain over the last 10 years is a big win for the inspectors. Also, just making sure that we all have the knowledge and it's not just siloed somewhere. So just kind of helping bring the team forward helps bring the inspectors forward. So that's a big part of what I do, I think.
No, that's awesome. And let's actually talk about the team, because customer success as an entity is a little bit newer here at Porch, but it was an initiative that we undertook, headed up by Aaron Ziamek. We've featured him before. If you go back to a video about it, I think it was 2 years ago, we featured him in his new role there. But we kind of moved everything under one silo in order to help everybody. Lisa, can you talk a little bit about that, and what that has helped to accomplish as far as actually helping inspectors win?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, as you said, it's been about 2 years now. We're going on 2 years that we've been under Aaron and the new umbrella, like I would like to call it, of just everybody kind of living under one umbrella of all our products come together. So you're going to, somebody reaches out to us, they may need a product for their back office and a report writer. They may also want to add warranties, all of these things. Well, it's all under one umbrella now. So, you call in, and we have all of this stuff available to you. So it's huge that we've kind of all joined forces. One of the things I really love about what we have done with joining forces is, like, I have my team now, they are able to cross train on different things. So, they come in, they may be coming in to get onboarded to ISN or to Palmtech or to Home Inspector Pro. Well, we can also cross-train, we cross-train them to where they can also onboard them to our ISG services and able to answer any of those questions that may come up. And just having them have that broader knowledge, I think, is a huge win. Instead of, like you said, we were in these little silos before where they may not have had the broader knowledge of all the other products that we offer and able to help our inspectors.
And honestly, I feel like it's a more holistic effort. Like everybody's kind of pulling in the same direction. So, what can inspectors do that they're not already doing for people who aren't leaning on the tools and resources that we have? What should they be considering about how they can leverage the customer success team to continue to grow and improve their business?
To be honest with you, Brad, I have heard that question because I was going to piggyback on what Lisa was just talking about for a second. If you don't mind, I'll kind of just jump in on that one.
Yeah, jump in.
She was mentioning just the cross team, the collaboration that we have. That's been huge. I will say, for everyone on the team, it's not even just the inspector benefit there. It's on the team. Like, I've learned so much about how these other teams operate, and I've stolen little processes from them, and they've asked how do you do this over there, and it's really, I think it's given us all the opportunity to grow beyond what we could have done alone. So, if I was just ISN and only ISN forever, I wouldn't be as, as developed, I would say, as someone able to support as I am now, because I've been able to really just lean on the things that I think we could improve on, and been able to share with them where I think they could improve. So, just the cross team collaboration, I think, is not to be understated.
No, absolutely. And there's so many things that have come out of that, because the last year and a half has run so smoothly, truly. There's been so much feedback that's been taken from inspectors and been applied across the board. What ways are we going to be looking to continue to do that going forward?
Yeah, I'll say from what I've witnessed, it's there are ways you can apply fixes or apply improvements. There are band-aids, and then there are like, let's take a step back and maybe spend extra time really understanding why did this happen, and not just how do we fix it this time, how do we make sure it doesn't happen next time. And like you mentioned, it's you've noticed in the past year and a half that things have gotten better, more stable, more consistent. That's all just credit to the development team and the teams that assist them, and really approaching things the right way, in my opinion, and not applying quick fixes, but how are we more successful in 5 years from now, not just how do we get through today.
That's
And that
good.
too, that's a big way. That's another big win of us all joining forces because we have those resources that we can apply. Like Matt was saying, these fixes. We're joining these resources. It works for Palmtech. It works for ISN and Home Inspector Pro. So we're really streamlining that in the back end too. And the developers have just really done a great job of joining those resources together as one instead of three separate.
Well, it's not even just 3 separate. I mean, we were talking about this off
Yeah,
air,
yeah,
but, we play in a very big sandbox, and we acknowledge that. That's one of the coolest things, I think. As much as we love and would invite people to use, Home Inspector Pro, Palmtech, the ISN Report Writer, ISN works with almost every home inspection platform
right.
that's out there, right? So whether you love what you've got right now while you're out in the field, we won't name names, but, we integrate across the board. And so I loved the idea here is that while we're helping inspectors win, yeah, on some level we're probably helping our competitors win too. But a rising tide raises all ships, right? And so we're taking that same kind of a principle and we apply it in house first. I think it's fantastic. Um, let's talk about this too. What are some of the kind of the core values for the customer success team when it comes to helping to elevate the inspector experience?
So for core values and elevating the experience, here at Porch, we have a number of values that we try to stay close to, align our daily efforts to, and so I'll just start with "Together We Win." That kind of we've basically been talking about that just now, cross team collaboration, and the more the merrier when it comes to knowledge sharing. And if I know something and the person next to me doesn't, how about I share it? We both know it, and then we can both apply it. So I would say "Together We Win" is a great value there. Um, I would say also a porch value that I like to stay close to is solve each problem. You asked earlier, Brad, what are my daily duties essentially when it comes to my role? It's a hard question to answer. I don't do the same thing every day. It's you figure out what needs to be done today. You solve each problem. Even though I've been doing this for 10 years, I'm telling you, every single day I run into a problem I haven't faced yet. And it just takes dedication and willingness to solve it for the inspector, with the inspector. Um, so just getting scrappy, I would say that is just often what it takes. It's not just a carved out role that I'm in. It's there are problems in front of us, and one way or the other, we're going to solve them.
That's good. Lisa, can you tack on to that a little bit too?
Yeah, absolutely. I think too, we just as we were speaking earlier about the experience and like kind of solving those problems. I think Matt mentioned something about like just stepping back and not just fixing it for now, but fixing it for the long term. And really that takes collaboration across the team to just come together and figure out a solution, not just let's band-aid it for now because it's going to come back up again. And just really being able to be proactive about things. So fix the issues before they even come up. And, we have a really great team across the board for that. We have great leaders that think bigger than, and I think that's huge of just kind of getting together with all of the knowledge we have across all of the teams and thinking about things before we go and release anything or before we roll out a new process. I think that's huge. And again, I think with all of our joining together, like we've also had a lot of changes in our processes altogether. And I think that's been a really big advance in in the right direction of all of us being on the same page, being able to help our customers better because we're all following the same processes now.
No, that's fantastic. Definitely. And honestly, this helps inspectors everywhere that are willing to tap into it. But I get a feeling that very few inspectors actually um, lean into the values and the resources that we have to offer with the customer success team. So I would love to hear some success stories if you have some. Or, Matt, you were even talking about this. A majority of people that do finally reach out to customer support and customer success, it's when they've got a problem. But are there things and ways that they could be tapping into our resources ahead of time that could just help them in general, not only when they have a problem?
Absolutely. I mean, this is something I hear of a lot, as I travel and do some conferences and meet a lot of inspectors in person. Um, I'll hear, I know ISN does a lot, but I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what I'm not using. And, I've always said, call us. We can do an account review with you. We're happy to sit down and just offer suggestions. I'm never going to tell you what to do with your business, with your account, but I can say, I've seen this be used and I've seen it be successful. I noticed you're using this. How about we try that with this and pair things and see, what works. And there are a lot of options, a lot of different ways to configure your accounts, regardless of if it's ISN or any of our softwares. And you know, eh, we on this side, we're in those softwares every single day, so we do, in our opinion, we know what works and we know what doesn't, and we're happy to give those account reviews. So I think that is often missed, and maybe inspectors think they can only call us when they have problems, and that's absolutely not the case. We're here to help, help you grow or help when you have the problems.
Yeah, that's good. Lisa, you have anything to add on to that?
Absolutely. That's where my team shines. So if any inspectors out there want to know more, we have a great training and onboarding team. They're fun too. Like they're just really great people. I love everybody on my team. They have great personalities. They're so empathetic. They know the product, like Matt said. Like they're going to take the time to say, "Hey, maybe it wasn't designed to do this the way that you were thinking, but we can do a workaround and we can make it work." So that's huge. I think that we're successful when we train and teach our inspectors to use the products that we, provide for them to the max, because that's going to help them be more successful. That just, knowledge is strength. You teach them how to use it, that they're just going to be more successful at it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Honestly, the time to do marketing with home inspections is when you're busy, right? I've preached this to home inspectors. I've had it preached to me, but I also think when it comes to the effectiveness of your business and keeping it moving and optimizing it, it's not when you have a problem. It's when everything's going great, right? So if you have a lull in business, or even if things are clipping along, always be asking yourself, what could I be doing better? How can I optimize this even better? We've got people and resources that can help with that.
I want to
So
add to that too, Brad. Even if, say, you did an account review with us 6 months ago, a year ago, and you think that you're completely caught up and and everything is exactly how it should be, I will say our development teams for all of our softwares are so hard at work every single day, every single week. We're releasing new information, new not information, but more new settings and new fixes and new enhancements every single week. We do releases in all of our softwares. So um, although you may feel caught up, a month later, you're maybe not. So I would say that, always be willing to assess it again, even if it feels like you recently did.
no, I absolutely
Absolutely.
love it. Now let's talk about this then too. People need a way to reach out to you guys, right? And obviously we have a slew of ways to do that within ISN, within our softwares. But what is the most direct way that people can get in touch with the customer success team so that they can make those optimizations in advance?
So for the support side of things, we do email, we do chat, we do phone support. We don't have a preference, whatever works for you. However, in my opinion, the easiest thing to do is hop into your ISN account, hop into any of the software accounts you're using with us, and hit the live chat bubble. You're immediately going to be presented with the option to talk to a representative, and you can get live support. And if you're a self learner and you want some self-led content, some help articles, they're there off to the side for you to click on. If you want direct help from a human, we have that. We have staff available, ready to help, ready to assist. So to me, that is the most efficient and easiest way to get help, is to just look for the chat bubble once you're in your software.
Yep.
Fantastic.
And
No,
then
I
if you,
love it.
even he said you have your all of our help centers you can get right from there. If you want to request a training too, you can do all of that from the chat bubble. So yeah, that's the easiest by far to just jump in chat bubbles.
Well, Lisa, you actually put on a bunch of trainings throughout the year too. Are there any coming up that we can let everybody know about?
Yeah, as far as trainings, we are adding to that, and I'm excited for 2026 because we're revamping a lot of the trainings for all of the products that we are across the board. Like we're redoing Home Inspector Pro stuff. So just keep an eye out on our support sites. We do monthly webinars, so if somebody wants to just jump in a monthly webinar to see what we're teaching on. We just had a huge release for Palmtech, so we're going to be covering a lot of the new features in the upcoming webinars for Palmtech. So, yeah, absolutely. We're constantly updating the training stuff. The help articles, they're getting updated constantly as well.
It's fantastic. And 2 years in now with customer success. So not only are we offering live support, not only are we offering ongoing education, what is customer success looking to do within the next, say, 3 years as we accomplish a 5-year mission? What can inspectors look forward to there?
Just grow and get better. 100%. I think if you ever get to the point where you think that you've accomplished everything, then that's not a good place to be. We want to just continue to get better, to give better service and provide it for our inspectors. Because I truly, truly feel that the better service that we provide for them, then they can provide better service for their customers. And that's the bigger picture. We're helping all these new home buyers and, maybe somebody that's buying their final home or whatever, that's huge that we're a little part of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, guys, give a final thought here to the inspectors that are watching, and for one quick way that they could really look to optimize their business this week.
One way to optimize your business this week, I would say, we've basically already touched on it, but I'll reemphasize. Um, Find the time. I know you guys are all busy. We're all busy. Totally get it. But find the time. Find 5 minutes to even just start. Go into the account and just try to find something that you don't know what it does. Try to just start there. You'll question it. You can lean on us. You can lean on the self-led content. Learn what it does, and I can almost guarantee you that that'll lead to something else, which will eventually lead to something that really works for you. So just be willing to admit that you don't know everything about the system, and go find something that you need to know more about. And I think that, paired with the fact that we're here to help, I think you can move your business forward doing that this week.
Absolutely. And I think another huge thing is just, reflection. Like even if you were very, very successful last year, just always keep that growing kind of spirit about you and just say, what can I do this year to kind of elevate more than where I was last year? That's huge in any small business, I think. Are there any different tools I need to use? Like Matt said, there may be things in the software that is going to streamline what they're doing on a daily basis and make it even easier or faster, and better. Reach out to us because again, we'll take the time and we know like this is busy season. We understand that. We've been doing this a long time on both ends, like Matt on the support side, us on the training onboarding. We understand, but it's just taking an hour out of your time to do a training session, maybe with that could be save you hours of work in the long term, So just take the time to reflect and look at the things you can change or tweak to make your business even better.
I love it. I love it. Well, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. Again, guys, it doesn't take a whole lot of time to ask some questions and to reach out to these folks, and they are one click on the live chat bubble away to talk to a real human to optimize your business. These guys are here for you all throughout the week and all throughout the year. Lots of cool stuff coming up. So thank you guys so much for watching. Lisa, Matt, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Brad.
Brad.
All
Yeah.
right. So be sure to subscribe to the show. Hang with us. We'll be back next time, better than ever, right here on the Ride Along.